that's not so great, but it's still pretty great. Reading. It used to have lights, then it didn't have lights. New, with LED lights. Pagoda. Did they really say that? They did not say that. Yeah, they did say that. That's what she said.
And welcome to That's What She Said, our real premiere episode. It's good to be back. Let me reintroduce the ladies and myself to you. Not that I'm not a lady. And I love that from banjo to broads thing. Just says, that's what she says, doesn't it? Anyway, I am, of course, your hostess, Jane Street, and the rest of my co-hosting team is...
Sheila Harrington.
She knits.
She's crocheting today.
Oh.
I'm changing it up.
I'm Martha Richardson. And I'm Ellen Gallagher.
And I am Christina Ferlazzo.
And we have a wonderful show for you this evening. First I have to say, if you missed our last show, I got a tattoo. Now, I was so moved by this that I'm thinking of getting another one. Stay tuned. That, who knows, maybe we can make another episode of tattoos. Now, we had some travelers. Oh, I should actually get this out of the way first. If you would like to call in, we're at 610-378-0426. That's 610-378-0426. Or, through the wonder of technology, Christina is managing the Twitter thing. And that's the @ she tweets to me. @ she tweets to me. So please feel free to contact us by either means if you are so moved. Now, Ellen.
Yes, Jane.
You had a wonderful experience just recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about it.
I would love to. It's an annual thing that a group of 4 of us do. We pick a city in Europe and we go there and we spend like 10 days and explore. And this time we went to northern Italy. I think probably many people who are watching this program have been to Italy. They've probably been to Rome, they've been to Florence, they've been to Venice. And we have done those, but we decided this time we were going to explore some areas that do not really cater to tourists. And so we went to Bologna, and we went to Milan. Now, Milan, of course, is a big metropolitan area. And
Now, pardon my interruption. Do
Yes.
they make bologna in Bologna, or is that in Lebanon?
Sounds like you may be full of bologna, Jane.
Continue.
Actually, many, many sausages,
Oh.
if you want to
Oh,
use
excellent.
that connection. Because obviously the people in Bologna are known for their bolognese sauce and their cuisine, and that was certainly one of the things that attracted us to Bologna. And something else that attracted us to Bologna is the fact that Martha has lived there, and she's told us many things about it. And so based on some of her tips and stories, we decided we would start our explorations there. And so we did, and I'll let her talk about that very shortly. But anybody who's just come back from a trip has so much to say. And we were trying to see some parts of Italy that are off the beaten track. And we did go to Lake Como, which is hardly off the beaten track.
Did you see George Clooney?
We did not. We saw a picture in a real estate office that showed villas along Lake Como. And at the left-hand side, there was a little arrow that said George Clooney's villa this way. But no, we didn't see it. We didn't even see a picture of it. We went to Verona and Padua, which are wonderful cities and very, very much catering to tourists.
I have a wonderful idea. We should have a fundraiser, and we should do an episode in Europe. We should have the show send us to Europe, and we can have the lovely crew come with us, and then we can do a wonderful episode from, who knows,
I
Bologna.
That's right. I'm sure it would be a very popular idea.
Indeed.
With everybody who gets the chance to go. But one of the little things that I wanted to mention is that on our way from Milan back to Bologna, we decided to stop in the city of Cremona. Now, not too many people know much about Cremona, but if you're a musician, you might, because Cremona was the home of Antonio Stradivari and the Amati violin makers, luthiers, the Guarneris, and over the last 400 to 500 years, thousands and thousands of luthiers have lived in this city. And I play violin with the Reading Philharmonic Orchestra, and I thought I would love to see this city where the famous violins came from. But this city is not a tourist mecca. The first sign of that was when we got to the station, there was no place to put our luggage. And usually stations have that. We had to schlep our luggage with us throughout the city, over cobblestone streets, uphill and down, in and out alleys. And we finally got to the center of the city where we thought we would be able to get information about the violin makers. Well, the tourist information shop was closed. So we sat and had lunch, of course, drank wine, of course, and waited for the tourist information shop to open, which they did. And then we found out that there was a museum dedicated to string instruments in City Hall. So we went to City Hall and up 3 flights of stairs, beautiful building, 500 years old.
More bureaucracy and music combined. It
Yes,
make it
well,
much more pleasant.
Yes, they can all sing the same tune,
There
perhaps.
you go.
But we got up to the museum, and they said, "Do you have a ticket?" And we said, "No." So back down the steps, out into the streets, around a couple corners, we found the ticket shop, and we bought our tickets, back up the steps, and we got to the top, and the museum was locked. But they unlocked it for the 4 of us, and we went in, and the 2 people from the table outside followed us around, kind of like we were attached, Siamese twins. Every move we made, they were looking over our shoulders to make sure that we weren't doing anything to these wonderful violins, cellos, violas. And it was all, of course, very thrilling to me because I was actually seeing something that was created by the
Now,
great
if they weren't
luthiers.
there, you would have picked one up and played it, right?
Not that anyone would have heard me. No, I don't think I
All
would
right.
have felt brave enough to try one of those. And then we left and we found out there was another museum dedicated just to Stradivari. And so we went to find that. And we got to the block. We went down the street, didn't see the museum. Came up the street, didn't see the museum. Went down the street, stopped in a corner bar. They didn't understand English. We didn't have much Italian, but a lot of gestures. And he told us where to go. And so we went, no museum. We went again, and we kept crossing the street. And finally, we found a little courtyard. And inside, there was a window, a ticket window. It closed at 4 o'clock. We got there at 20 after. But that's kind of the things you're going to find in some of these little towns and cities that
Living in
are
Italy.
not really ready for the tourists, but they are all very welcoming anyway. So, Martha,
That's living in Italy. If
Yeah.
you know, if it's not open today, maybe I'll see it tomorrow. I did live in Bologna for 4 years. My son was born in Bologna. Living there is very different than being a tourist. It's nerve-wracking at first, especially for an American who wants things done today at that time. And actually, after 4 years, coming back here and having somebody say they wanted to go to the grocery store at 1:30 in the afternoon. Excuse me, nothing's open at 1:30 in the
Exactly.
afternoon. Bologna absolutely is the home of Bologna. And when my parents, my good Pennsylvania Dutch Berks County parents, came to Italy to see their grandson to Bologna, they brought with them a full-sized, uncut Lebanon bologna in their luggage. And and of course everything then that they wore for the next 2 weeks smelled like Lebanon bologna.
And what a better way to spell.
Exactly, but it's a wonderful city, and I urge people, if you go to Italy, stop to see Bologna. It has everything that all the tourist cities have, but it's truly a hidden gem of a city, and life in Italy is far different than being a tourist.
That's excellent. And actually, we have a surprise tonight for our Italian travelers and livers, and for all of you at home. We have, can I walk and talk at the same time? I guess that's a question for myself, isn't it? We have from Monte Lauro European Gourmet, Chef Luigi Candelori and Chef Domenica Candelori. And they're going to do some treats for us this evening. Take it away.
Okay, I'll start.
Here. Here.
I'm going to start with some quick sauce. Like anyone, it's very simple and very good for a woman coming home from work and wants to have a good meal for their family. So get some olive oil in a pan, heat it up, and put onions and cook down the onions. I've done that because we don't have too much time. So I put the onions in, and then I added. So when the onions are caramelized a little bit, little shiny, you add some garlic.
Oh, yes. Can you get in here? No, I guess not.
Garlic?
Indeed. Smell-o-vision. We should have sent scratch and sniff cards out.
You put the garlic and let that cook just a little bit to get the smell out. Then we have some fresh pesto that we make pesto, and we add a little bit of that, and let that just cook simmer a little bit so it gets the flavor in there.
You're going to be here at every episode, right?
Then I recommend using some real good tomatoes to make a real good sauce. We have this here. It's a San Marzano. It's a San Marzano tomatoes, which are from Naples. This very nice. They're sweet. I add no sugar, ever add sugar to my sauce. So we put this. They are whole peeled tomatoes, but I squash them with my hands. So make them nice and chunky. Yeah. But if you like it smoother, you can put it in your food processor or blender and whip and smooth it down a little bit. This one here will be a little bit more chunky. So we have that in there. I let that cook.
Can you smell that over there?
20 minutes to half an hour, you let it simmer, and the sauce is ready.
Oh, my goodness, it
So you
smells
could get in
so good.
And you put a nice, good, healthy plate on the table for your family.
Indeed.
So then you add salt and pepper to taste.
Excellent.
San Marzano tomatoes are a DOP tomato from Naples. They sell them from other places around the world, but those true DOP stamped San Marzanos only come from Naples with the volcanic ash gives it a really nice sweet flavor and a really low acidic level, so you don't have a really acidic tomato. 20 minutes, you don't need to cook it for 2 days on a simmer like some people say they cook their sauces. 20 minutes, you have a nice fresh sauce. You also, now that we're getting into tomato season, Roma tomatoes that you grow in your garden, you can do the same exact thing.
Okay. Sorry. I thought you had a microphone on.
San Marzano tomatoes. Now that we're getting into tomato season, you could also use your Roma tomatoes from your garden, but always remember that when you're using a homegrown tomato, local tomato from your garden, you're going to have a lot more water moisture, so you're going to have to cook them out a little bit longer. All right. The next step we're going to do here is a nice seasonal dish. It's a farro salad, which is a whole wheat grain that only comes from central Italy, Umbria, Tuscany, Marche region, and Abruzzi. That's the only place in the whole world where you can find this farro grain. And if anyone can see, it looks really similar to spelt Emer wheat, I guess you want to say. It's truly called Emer wheat. It's similar to spelt, but it holds its texture a lot stronger. Today we're going to do it with arugula, fresh arugula that was just picked this morning, strawberries that are starting to come local. These are from South Carolina, but hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have local strawberries. We have a citrus balsamic vinaigrette, which we use just straight olive oil, balsamic vinegar, squeeze the lemon, and blended it with a touch of mustard, got it nice and creamy. And we have Marzolino Pecorino cheese, which is a sheep's milk cheese from Tuscany, and toasted almonds.
Oh, my goodness.
Very simple salad. Anyone could really do it. You cook the farro in the same way you would cook rice. So you do 2 parts water, 1 part grain. You cook it till it's tender, chill it, strain it and chill it. And then once it's chilled, you put it in a bowl.
It almost looks like couscous.
In a way, a little
Yeah.
larger.
Yeah.
Here, we'll do this. So you can see.
Ah. Here,
That's not good.
Yeah. All right. Never mind.
So we have the farro, we have arugula, our fresh diced strawberries right here. Like I said, you could really use anything. We're using strawberries because they're in season. I've used pineapple. I've used a number of different items. Anything is really, anything goes with this salad. The more you throw in, the better it gets.
There's nothing that beats a good cold salad on a hot summer day with the
definitely.
sweet and sour.
And it's all local, all fresh products. Nothing that's canned, nothing that's jarred. The fresh salad in the summertime, you really can't beat that.
That's excellent.
We used all these products we got from the Fairgrounds Farmers Market. So it's all locally grown, locally raised, locally sold products here. So help our local business out.
Indeed.
But if you could see the salad here, very simple, and that's it. You want to throw a pinch of salt in there. The toasted almonds we'll put on top at the end. Set up.
How's that sauce doing, May?
Put it in already. Vinegar.
Domenica. the sauce.
Dominica.
Mustard, I think you said.
It's coming together. It's getting thicker.
My
See
goodness.
right away.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing over there?
We're discussing we were discussing the
Starving.
dressing.
Ah.
We couldn't keep a list of ingredients straight. So we're trying to name them all down, counting on our fingers, making sure we didn't miss anything.
Now, are you married?
Yes, I'm engaged.
Ah, well, never mind.
Actually, this
Sorry, Sheila. You're the only single one here.
This salad dressing is probably the easiest thing you can make. It's always, just remember when making dressings, 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. It doesn't matter if you're using balsamic vinegar, if you're using white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, anything. You could even use fresh fruit if you wanted to use pureed fruit. Anything works. So you always just do 2 to 1. You start with your 1 part vinegar in the blender, throw a little dash of mustard, say like, depending on how much you make, just a dash of mustard. Turn the blender on. I squeeze the lemon in there with that as well, and then you just drizzle in your oil and it's finished. Simple.
And what oil do you recommend?
It depends on what you want to go for. If you like a really bitey oil, something with a little bit of a spice, you want to use like a Tuscan olive oil or a northern Italian olive oil. I'm partial to Italian oils, but I'm sure Spanish oils are just as good. But northern Italian olive oil is going to give you a little bit of a bite. But if you want it a little smoother, a little fruitier, you want to go down the warmer weather. So Sicily, Calabria, even Abruzzi gets a little bit. Puglia has really nice olive oils. Olive oil is very similar to like to a wine. Every region where it grows, it's going to have a different flavor, and it's going to dictate what your dish is going to taste like. So depending what you like, a lot of people like the spice. Some people like the fruitiness of it.
Place in, where was it? Our producer, Jamie, sitting over there in the dark. Where was that place with all the...
I was in Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. There's an amazing place that has just these containers of oils and vinegars that you can go through and taste
Oh,
each
they let
type.
you taste it.
Yeah,
That
you
helps
get
a lot.
We spent an hour in there getting these little cups, and it was amazing. Oh, speaking of amazing,
That sauce smells amazing.
Who brought the bread?
oh, I didn't bake today. I'm sorry.
But did we want to have the panel try some of the salad and
Oh,
tell us what they think?
I think we should.
Think the
Absolutely.
panel
You
would
don't have
like
to ask
that.
us twice.
Should we? No, we shouldn't.
We're attached.
I guess we stay here.
So, any
I'm trying.
questions over here?
I'm
Oh,
typing my phone right now. I
oh,
can't.
wait. Here, I'll pull mine.
My phone locked and everything went kaput.
Are we getting tweets?
I got nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got nothing.
You got the same thing as me.
Yes.
You got nothing.
@ she tweets to me. And the number is 378-042. Give me the last one. 6.
Thank you.
And any
so
questions
much.
over
Oh,
here
that's
while
delicious.
Domenica and Luigi?
I have a question about the cheese in there. I'm not a picky eater, but I've never heard of that, and I'm a little nervous.
I know.
All right,
Being so fussy.
Whoop.
A pecorino just means sheep's milk. So any kind of
Yeah,
sheep's
you're
milk
right.
cheese is going to be called a
Thank you.
pecorino.
It's very smooth.
This
it's
is a
very
fresh, smooth, creamy sheep's milk cheese. Depending on, similar to the olive oils, depending on where the region it comes from, what the sheep graze on is going to dictate what the flavor is. Tuscany is going to give you a smoother, creamier flavor. And this is a fresh cheese, which only grazes on shrubs and herbs and everything from March. It's called Marzolino, but Marzo is March, so it only grazes on the fresh, new grass that just grew from the winter time. So it's going to give it a totally distinct flavor.
Okay, I trust you.
She really is a picky eater.
Yeah.
What a nice
I'm sure you can
flavor.
tell.
So what's the...
It's delicious.
That's really lovely.
Absolutely wonderful.
Oh, my goodness.
Wonderful.
What you gonna have?
Aren't you?
Oh, I
There's
am.
I
Thank
think
you very
Luigi
much.
has really been the one who has introduced Berks County
Oh.
Sparrow.
We have a home viewer calling in.
Oh, wonderful.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you today?
We are excellent. How are you?
Good. I got a question for your chef,
Okay. Which one?
for Chef Luigi.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes.
What exactly is a balsamic vinegar?
What do you say?
What exactly is a balsamic vinegar?
A balsamic vinegar is an aged vinegar which they cook in a kettle, then they age it in oak barrels. Depending on the age of the vinegar, it's going to start in a large barrel, and then over every 5 to 10 years, they make the barrel smaller and smaller and smaller until you have a really dense,
It's not like
thick
heavy, it's
balsamic.
Really kind of like summery.
Does that answer your question?
Exactly. That sounds great. Thank you very much. And I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Who does his hair? It's absolutely amazing.
Who does whose hair?
Sounds like you might do his
It's
hair.
absolutely-
Your hair?
My hair or Luigi's?
Luigi's hair.
There you go.
Niles
Nobody
Berkeley.
cares about my hair. Oops. I'm gonna,
Niles Berkeley Barber, thank you.
well, any other sartorial questions for our chef? Thank you for calling in. All right. Shall we bring you over and...
That'd be
We
wonderful.
would like to chat.
And if anybody on the panel here wants to go stick their face in the sauce, please do.
I'll do a straw.
I was hoping that
Just kidding.
Luigi, where did you get your training?
I'm going to hand you this.
All right. That was really
done.
good.
Tell
That
us
was
about
awesome.
how you learned to cook and why.
Well, it all started with my mother and my father. We are a very food family. Everything always was around food. If it was Sunday dinner, Sunday lunch, or Sunday dinner, whatever, we always got together, everyone. It was always about food. And I was always in the kitchen. I always used to pick off the meat from the bones that we made the sauce with. That was always my job. Used to eat half of it and then serve the other half to everybody else. And then as I got older, we could never find good food when we went out. So it was really a hard thing to find something that was like home. And I always said I want to we always had this thing, my father and my mother, that we're going to try to teach people what good food really is. If we make money off of it, hopefully. If not, at least we'll have the satisfaction of teaching what really good food is. So then it went to there, and then I went to culinary school, the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park. After that, after graduation, I went to Italy and was a bum for about 4 to 6 months, and ate my way through Italy. Worked a little bit to make some money, and then ate some more. Came home, ran out of money, came home, worked for a while, and then actually went back to Italy, took a 6-month course, and then worked over there for a year.
And from my experience in Italy, and one of the things I learned living there was it takes time to appreciate food. Fast food is not an Italian concept, and to sit down and spend 3 or 4 hours enjoying a wonderful meal to really enjoy the flavors. And frankly, in the 4 years I spent in northern Italy, I never saw anybody who was grossly overweight, because Italians eat very smart. They don't eat great, huge, big bowls of pasta, but enough pasta to satisfy their appetite so they don't eat a great deal of red meat.
Plus, Europe tends to be a more walking
Yes,
everywhere
yeah,
in Europe.
absolutely.
You walk more, and that
Absolutely.
We're in America stuck in that car thing, so we sit all the time.
Right. And Italian food is simple, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's simple and wonderful.
I often tell people I really don't think I cook that good of food. I just let the food stand out for itself. Like, if you're going to use good flavors when you cook, you really don't have to do anything to the food. Like, something so simple as that, it's just a grain, arugula, cheese, and strawberries. Like, just let the food stand out on its own.
It's amazing.
Delicious.
Another
Yeah, it
reason
is
with
delicious.
the reason, like how you said, how people aren't really overweight is eating times. They wake up in the morning, you have a small breakfast, you have a coffee, you have a big lunch, but then you have the rest of the day to work it off. And then dinner time, you have a small dinner, which is enough, like maybe some salumi, some cheeses, possibly a meat of some sort, very light. And that's a big, and they walk, like, you walk, they walk a lot. We don't, like you said, we get in a car and drive home, even if it's 2 blocks away.
May, was he a good student? I mean, as he was growing up, was he attentive to your cooking?
Well, I think so. I never had any problems with him. He was always hanging around and asking questions. And once he went to the culinary school, he really took off. I was real proud of him that
wonderful.
what he wanted to do, he did.
I think that's important in life, and just always to do what you want to do, what moves you. So many of us get caught in just doing something because we need to make money. But I think if you pursue something you love, the money often comes along with that, and because your happiness transfers over into what you're doing. I mean, certainly your happiness transfers into the flavors of what you're doing, and that's when magic happens, when you're doing it because you love it.
This is what we always try to tell him. Do something you like to do, because it's for the rest of your life.
Right.
And you'll be happy doing it. If you're not happy, then it's going to be...
And no amount of money is...
Well, the money's good, too.
It's kind of
It's nice to
necessary.
be balanced.
The sauce that you're preparing, what would you recommend that it be served with?
Oh, any kind of pasta, but I like it on penne, short pasta on penne. And homemade linguine, it's very good, too, like homemade linguine, the wider ones.
And what makes you decide what kind of sauce goes with which pasta?
I think he
The
knows that.
thickness of the sauce, or the...
I think he can answer.
I think, my opinion, and I'm sure she feels the same, and our personal preference is people try to tell what to put with what, and I'm sure sometimes something can go with something, but I think a lot of it comes down to personal preference. Like me personally, I love short pasta. I like when the sauce gets caught inside the short pasta. It acts like a cup. And that's my personal preference. My fiance, on the other hand, everything long. She always likes the long pasta. So I think it's hard to tell someone when they should put certain pastas with certain sauces. I think it comes down to personal preference. And I'm sure there's someone out there who wrote a book telling you what sauce to put with what pasta. And it's the same thing with wine. People try to tell you what wine to drink with what food, and to an extent it works, but when it comes down to it, you drink what you like, what you enjoy to drink.
Now, we have a tweet. I was going to ask, do you do all the cooking at home? Does your fiance get a break? Or do you get to do all the cooking?
If she was watching this, she'd probably call in. I don't ever cook at home.
No? Man.
We actually have a tweet. Where can we, the viewer, taste Luigi's delicious-looking food?
Well, we actually have 2 locations. We're at the Fairgrounds Farmers Market, which is right next to the Fairgrounds Mall. We're there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we have a location at 1114 Mount Laurel Road in Temple, which we're there Tuesday to Sunday.
And this is Monte Lauro European Gourmet.
We're on the montelauro.com. You can check our webpage out.
He says
And
that
we're
much better
also
than us.
on Facebook,
So,
Monte Lauro Gourmet.
At the market, are you buying prepared foods?
We have a little bit of everything.
Okay, and is your other location in Muhlenberg like a restaurant, or is it again that you're
No, it's
purchasing
a prepared food.
foods?
Yeah, we specialize in prepared foods, which people can take at home. You can cook it at home, or we also have a homemade section where you can take things and just throw them in the microwave or toss them in the oven, ready to go.
But you also do wonderful catering.
That
And
was
we
my
do,
next question.
We do in-house
Wonderful.
catering, drop-off catering, pick-up catering, or stop, deliver and serve catering. So
Now, when
any occasion.
you don't feel like cooking, where do you like to go to have good Italian food?
Italian
Yes.
food? I don't ever go out to eat Italian
Mom's house. He gets on the plane back to Italy.
I
That's where he goes.
was going to say, wrong answer. You're supposed to say mom's
food.
house.
Oh, mom's house, yeah.
Mom, can I
We were actually, she cooked on Mother's Day.
You made your mother cook on
I
Mother's
see
Day?
everyone said that. Everyone said that to us, but she volunteered to do it.
All right.
But everyone said that I can't believe you're making your mom cook on Mother's Day, but it turned out that it was her idea.
And I bet you loved it because you enjoy to do it. So
My
it's probably.
daughters are mothers too, so, and I thought we did it together.
Oh,
I
see,
did
yeah.
the cooking, they did the cleanup and setting
Yeah,
up, so
there
we
you
all
go.
worked
That there
together.
you- yes.
He did too. Got in there. He always knows.
Now, you said you like to use local produce. How about local wines?
I never really tap that market. Like when it comes to my olive oils, my cheeses, and my wines, I'm pretty partial to Italian. I never really, and I'm sure they have good ones around here, but
We have another call. Hello, you're on That's What She Said.
Hello.
Hello, you're on. You're on.
Hi. I just want to say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead, you're here with us.
I just want to say I'm one of the
You're still here.
customers from Fairgrounds Farmers Market. They not only have the best food, they have the best cappuccino in Berks County. And
All
Luigi
right.
does a great
Thank you.
job, and Mom is awesome too. they have a great stand. It's my favorite stand. So
We-
God bless.
thank you.
Thank
I
you very
appreciate
much for
it.
calling in.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yes, actually, I was over there when I was meeting with Luigi, and I saw some wonderful sandwiches coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Just some delicious meats and cheeses over there.
We do a wide range of imported cold cuts, imported cheeses, dry goods section, which has olive oils, pastas, sauce, canned tomatoes. We have a homemade section, jams. We have a homemade section where we do a great, we make our own homemade meatballs, which we roll ourselves, which isn't truly Italian, but we made that here in America to make people happy, and we did it good, we hope. But hand-rolled meatballs, we make our own lasagnas,
Yum.
homemade sausage.
And what is your favorite thing to eat? Both and either of you.
That we make?
Or yes.
Go ahead.
If it was your last meal, what would you ask for?
I go to Ascoli because we're from Ascoli Piceno. I go to Ascoli and they have this place that's around the corner from the main piazza. They make a pizza, which is a round pizza, which they're not really known for pizza in that area, but it's all about the dough there. And they fold it, and you get like a folded pizza. So if I could eat one thing before I'd go, it would probably be that.
Mom knew exactly where he was going. She's like, oh, I know what he's going to say.
Breakfast, lunch, and supper.
I eat two in the morning after the cappuccino. I eat one before lunch, and I eat one after lunch. And then because we're only there for a short period of time, so you have to try to get as much as you can get in.
I'm glad to hear you say that meatballs are an American tradition.
Yeah.
One of my many embarrassing moments in Bologna with terrible Italian was going in and asking if they could sell me meat for balls. And all the ladies went, and the butcher just kind of chuckled and said, pazzo, Americano.
All right, we've hit that point in the show where we need to take a break, so we will be right back.
You're watching bctv.org. Be informed, be involved, be a member. For For membership information, go to www.bctv.org/support/membership. For other stories and information, go to bctv.org.
And we're back with That's What She Said. Remember, you can Twitter to us at she tweets to me, or give us a call at 610-378-0460. We wanted to say thank you so much to Domenica and Luigi Candelori from Monte Lauro European Gourmet, who've made an amazing salad and sauce. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us. You guys have a great thing going here. Good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Indeed. Now, there's something happening very soon. Let me grab this little card. When is this? This is, June 15th through 30th. It's over a period. Berks County's Best Kept Secrets. Now, we were going to talk about the best kept secret places, but they're secret, so we can't. So what we decided to do instead was talk about our favorite secret places. Who wants to start? Oh, actually, you should start because we have a...
It seems like I've traveled locally as well as in Italy.
Yes.
A little while ago, I think you'll be able to tell by the trees and the scenery that it was a little while ago before everything was green. I took Jamie, our producer, on a little trip to one of my favorite places to shop in Berks County, and it's called Wooden Bridge Dry Goods.
Shall we?
And it just so happens that it is one of Berks County's best kept secrets, and it is on the tour that.
Excellent.
And you can, you'll find out about it.
Let's take a look
see
at
what
that.
That trip was like.
Roll tape.
All right, and we are driving to Wooden Bridge, what?
Dry Goods.
Okay, so I'm a complete neophyte in this whole thing. So tell me, what are dry goods?
Okay. Dry goods are those things that would be sold by merchants that are not hardware or are not foods, groceries.
Okay.
So it's basically textiles, and then all the notions, that's another interesting word, that go along with sewing and any fabric sort of. Most of the customers would be people who are interested in quilting, or maybe not making quilts themselves, but wall hangings and purses and jackets and table runners and that sort of thing. They have classes, and we'll be able to, I expect that there's a class going on at this point, and we'll be able to walk in and see a beginning applique class.
Okay.
Unfortunately for us, the owner of the store, who has been very welcoming for our coming and visiting, will not be somebody who can be interviewed. It is against her religious beliefs, and the other young women who work at the store, the same sort of thing. So the kinds of services you would ordinarily get at going to Wooden Bridge, we won't be able to avail ourselves to. Well, what we're doing is going from Fleetwood to Lyons and then turning toward Kutztown. You could also, of course, come from Kutztown, and it's off Dysher Road, and it's located on a farm, the Martin family farm.
So are we going to actually cross the wooden bridge?
We're going to cross the wooden bridge, yes, we are, about a half mile back here.
Okay, cool. All right.
This is Berks County at its best.
Which came first, the bridge or the store?
I'm sure the bridge.
The bridge. The bridge was here,
I'm sure.
Okay.
In order to get to the farm, and the store building had been a milk house.
Okay.
We're at all interested in fabric crafts, that this is a wonderful resource, one of Berks County's treasures. And obviously, it's not just a Berks County treasure, because this is a map that shows where customers have come from to shop at Wooden Bridge Dry Goods, not just all around the country, but other countries as well. One of the services at Wooden Bridge Dry Goods is that you can take classes in all different kinds of quilting skills and perfect your own ideas that you have brought with you when you decide you want to be a quilter. And how did you hear about Wooden Bridge Dry Goods or these classes?
Everyone
My
knows.
husband.
Word of
Oh,
mouth.
no. Everybody knows the church.
Everybody knows Wooden Bridge.
If you like fabric, you know where Wooden Bridge is.
That's right.
And when you're new to the county and to the area, this is where they tell you to go.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I found it.
I'm so glad you did too.
Great instructors here, and they have a variety of classes, you know, not only in quilting, but just pertaining to fabric. And I've taken many classes. You can't beat them.
What is it you're ironing there?
A circle.
A circle, okay. Tell us a little bit about what you have there.
It's a hand applique tulip, and you used a heart, a circle, an oval, and the stem. Basically all the techniques that you will need.
Now we'd like to show you around, show you the bolts of fabric. They're arranged according to colors for the most part, and you'll just see that it goes on and on and on. Reds and pinks. Okay, these are purples, endless blues, prints of all kinds. A lot of animal prints. This is an area of the shop that is basically for the local farmers. Their hats, their overalls, their sunbonnets.
Ah.
And you certainly don't find those selections at most places. And then, of course, here we have buttons and threads. These are fat quarters, and anyone who is involved in quilting understands what fat quarters are. You take a yard of fabric and divide it into 4 parts, and one of those would be a fat quarter. It's a way that they get rid of the remnants on the ends of a bolt. These are all the trims, pillow forms. This is what we would call the notions, the things that you need for sewing or that make the sewing go better. And once you've chosen your fabrics, you would bring them here to the cutting counter and tell them how much you want, and they will cut it, and that's the end of the process. I hope we've whetted your appetite, that you might like to explore Wooden Bridge Dry Goods. People come here from all over the world, all over the United States. It is something that if you have been involved in quilting or fabric arts, you've probably heard of it, or you would like to hear of it. So please come out to this part of Berks County between Kutztown and Lyons and do a little exploring.
Well, that sounds like great fun.
Okay. It truly is a worthwhile trip.
Excellent.
I think you're going to find the people very friendly, very helpful, and willing to work with you with your ideas. And I think it's just a great place to go and shop.
Excellent. Christina, what's your best kept secret in Berks County?
Well, that's an excellent question. I don't think I really know a specific best kept secret. How about a restaurant? Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. Sheila had never heard of it the other day. Snuzzles.
Oh, yes.
Sure. See, it's not a secret.
I haven't. No, I've
You've
never heard of
it.
that.
I had to Google it because I don't know exactly where it's at. I know how to get there. It's straight out Pricetown Road.
Beyond Thompson.
Bertstown is where it's at. It's all wood. The outside, the inside, everything is wooden. There's no sign saying the name of the business outside or anything.
Well,
You just
maybe
have,
that's
you just
why
have
it's
to
a
know,
secret.
You just have to know what it
Totally
is.
secret.
And that's actually on their website. One of the FAQs is, why is there no sign on your restaurant? And they said, because we know when people are coming here, they're coming here because they want to be here. I think it said something along those lines. But it's like pizza and sandwiches,
Great
deep fried
sandwiches.
vegetables. I
Yeah.
mean, the food is really good and it's not pricey at all.
Right.
And we love it there.
Yeah,
So we just took Brandon's mom there, my boyfriend's mom there for Mother's Day.
Oh, that's
So
quite wonderful. Actually, down the road from that, I guess, Alexander's German place thing. It's very good.
Right.
They have great German food.
So if you go to Wooden Bridge, you can go to Snuzzles for
Snuzzles.
lunch, go
Yes.
back to
Go Wooden Bridge.
a garden center, and then go to Alexander's
There
for
you
dinner.
go.
Your day is
Who
full of
wants,
secrets.
who wants
I
to
am.
go
I-
next?
I think one of my best, well, I don't think it's a secret, but one of the places I like to go when I need an art fix is to Will Dexter's Glass Studio in Boyertown. I'm hoping that maybe for our next show we can do some, take a trip to meet Will, who's a delightful person.
We'll put
Maybe
you in
get him on
charge
the
of
show.
setting that up.
So Will, if you're watching, this is a plug, but he's a wonderful glass artist and a very interesting man. And he has a wonderful studio and showroom in Boyertown. It's right next to the Boyertown Post Office. I have no idea what street it is. It's around the back. But it's a wonderful place to just, I don't know, there's something about glass that has always inspired me. And I think it's one of probably my favorite art form is glass, and Will's just an incredible man and lets you go back and watch his artists do their thing with the ovens, and he has dogs that are walking around the ovens, and it's just like
Wait.
watching a ballet.
Putting dogs in the oven?
No, that's some other show.
All right.
But that's my best kept secret.
Excellent. Well, I hope that works out.
I
that
hope
would be
so.
a
I'm
wonderful
gonna get
field
him a
trip
call
to
this week, yes.
Sheila.
Me? Okay. Well, I don't know a lot of secret places, but Christina did introduce me to a new place recently. It's a restaurant on Penn Avenue, Taste of Crepes.
Oh,
And I am
yes.
hooked.
Yes.
I love it there. I'm a fan. We've been there a few times now, and if you go with somebody who gets restless, they can go across the street to the Wise Owl
Right,
bookstore,
right.
and you can wave to them from the window like we did.
Right. And Kira wished us well tonight. I saw Kira
Oh,
excellent.
thanks, Kira.
today. Wished us well.
Indeed.
Can you describe the crepes and why these
have-
are so much better than others?
Well, first of all, I've never had a crepe before I came there, so I don't know anything about it. But whatever they serve, what do we?
they have sweet and
breakfast
savory
ones.
crepes, and then they also have breakfast crepes, like she said. They have like your basic like ham and cheese, and it's got like a horseradish sauce to kick it off, or you can get like a feta and spinach and red
Artichokes.
pepper.
Oh, yeah.
There's an artichoke crepe.
Yeah.
They're really good. And then for their
Salmon.
sweet crepes, the dessert crepes, there's basically anything
Those
that's
are so
obviously
good.
I like to eat, so I know a lot about this topic. They have your traditional like
places together.
French crepe with just the butter and the sugar, or you can do, she does peaches and cream, I do banana and
peaches
Nutella
and
is one of my favorites.
Now,
So-
I love when I go to Paris, which I haven't done recently. I love Nutella and coconut. Nutella and noix de coco is just.
That's not on their menu, but if it was, I'd order it.
We should ask.
Well, they should put it on.
Anything with Nutella, I'm an absolute fan of.
Can we
so,
request that
yeah.
next time we go? Some coconut.
Sounds like another field trip.
It does. It does. Well, I was just since it's gotten finally warm enough to plant things. My little best kept secret is countryside greenhouse and farm, or farm and greenhouse. It's on Krause Road in Fleetwood. They have an amazing selection of tomatoes. I think we picked up 9 different varieties because we like tomatoes, but they have, what would you say, Jamie, about 100 different, at least 100 different varieties, and they're so lovely, and that's just wonderful. And now that we've been talking about this thing, we should probably give people information on how to get there. If you want to visit bestkeptsecretstour.com, that's bestkeptsecretstour.com, and that's happening June 15th through the 30th.
And it's for the benefit of Berks Women in Crisis.
Oh, excellent.
And what is it?
I think, how does it work?
It's a tour. You can go to any of the businesses to buy a ticket, but obviously if you don't know what the businesses are, you can't. There is a phone number and there is a website that you can go to. And then you get a ticket and you go to 35 different businesses, all in Berks County, and they will give you a little tour of what they do that's special, and they might have little gifts for you and that sort of thing. It's something you could do in a day.
For
or
the
you could
duration
do
of a
it-
week? Isn't that
Yes, you could do it over the 15 days that it's,
fun.
or 16
Sheila, we
days
should
it's
do
going on.
that.
We
Let's
should.
do
So,
it.
ooh,
We should do it together.
Yes, we should. Jamie,
Here's
can we
for
do that?
Berks Women in
Can you
Crisis, I
make
think
us have a
that
field
needs to
trip and do the?
Yay.
The silent one says.
We must emphasize it is for the benefit of Berks Women in
Yes.
Crisis,
Right.
which is
All the more reason to do it.
something that
Exactly.
we really, really need to, all of us need to support.
And we
Absolutely.
can give you the phone number. If
go
you
ahead.
It's done by a woman out of Ephrata, so it's a 717 phone area code, 717-721-1750. Or
The tickets are only $7?
yes,
What?
$7
Oh,
for a ticket.
We're
going.
We're going.
We're going.
And their website is bestkeptsecretstour.com, and that's all. Best Kept Secrets Tour is all one word.
My goodness, throughout this show, we're going to Europe.
There we go.
We're going to the Glassworks, and now we're going on the Best Kept Secrets
And
tour.
we're going to crepes.
We forgot
And
about
we're
the
going-
crepes. Yeah,
oh, and-
that is very important.
That is very important.
Goodness. Well, Mike, has anyone seen anything wonderful, done anything wonderful locally lately? Don't all chime in at once.
I'm thinking.
It's
there's
a
like
wonderful,
smoke
vibrant
coming
area.
From my ears.
I took a tour that was sponsored by the Reading Public Museum, took a bus tour to the Holocaust Museum on National Holocaust Day. It was, except for the traffic coming back, which delayed us by 3 hours. It took us almost 3 hours to get from Washington to Baltimore. Coming home was nothing, though, because it was a perfect day, the weather was wonderful, and we spent the day in the Holocaust Museum. We actually got to view the ceremony that was held in Congress to commemorate the Holocaust. We were the only ones that were brought into an assembly hall to watch it on live screen. Very, very impressive. And before we came home, the bus driver toured the monuments in Washington. We stopped at the new Martin Luther King Monument, which, if you haven't seen it, is an incredibly impressive. You walk through after seeing the Holocaust Museum, and then you see the King Memorial, and you think, well, we as mankind have made some progress. We have a long way to go before we sleep, but pretty neat.
We have another tweet.
Yay.
Did you get? You didn't get this one either.
I don't know
Goodness,
what's
we're both.
wrong.
Thank goodness we're both doing this. It's Dave from California.
Oh, that's my day.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it's Martha's Day. Are you going to post all of this information on your website and Facebook pages? Well, by gum, Jamie, are we going to do that?
Yes.
Yes, we are. There's a task for Jamie. He will.
An affirmative.
Dave would like to be a guest, actually. He has volunteered to fly east to be a guest on this show.
Well, Dave, get on a plane and come on out. Actually, I should mention, starting this Sunday, there is the
Senior
Arts Festival at our local Reading Area Community College. I was actually visiting today and looking at getting a preview of the art, and they've done. There's some amazing works there. There's a special section done by some Alzheimer's patients. I forget which facility they're in, but the work. They've done some amazing work. But on the opening day at 3 o'clock, our friend Kirk Lawrence will be doing a performance of Picasso, which should be fun. But I urge you to stop by. I think it goes all week. Unfortunately,
yes.
I didn't bring a flyer, but I think if you go to berksencore.com, they should have all the information there. They are the sponsors this year of that. So that should be great fun. The artwork is amazing.
Speaking of performances then,
Oh.
we'll just throw out there that Genesius Theater is opening Miss Saigon. I believe it opens June 22nd. I'm actually in the show, so come see me, because that's exciting
Do
in
you want to
itself,
tell
I'm
the
sure.
role that you're playing?
No, I don't. It's not appropriate for TV.
Family TV.
Or family TV. genesiustheater.org, www.genesiustheater.org. Kind of like a best kept secret of Berks County. A lot of people don't even realize it's there.
Indeed.
We order pizza and they're like, they come to deliver. We're like, we're at a theater. They're like, there's a theater there? We're at 10th and Walnut, I think it is. We're on the corner of in the city. We have a parking lot, a small parking lot, so come early. And like I said, I think it opens June 22nd. Parental advisory is suggested. If you have any questions, you can call the theater and ask.
Yes.
If we'll tell you why we think it may not be appropriate for all ages. But it is a good show, so everyone should come and see it. I expect to see you all there.
We will be
I'll be
there.
creeping around backstage.
Let's check this Twitter one more time.
Perhaps we should get a van.
Whoop. We do need to wrap up very shortly. We're coming to the end of our premiere episode, but what?
Do you want to explain why we're calling this the premiere? Because we did do one back in January.
That was called the pilot. Now we're doing the premiere. We will be here every second Wednesday every other month.
So July.
So July will be our next show. We hope you join us again, and because we love seeing you even though we can't. And we love hearing from you and getting Twitters from you. And remember, you can always stream us on the computer if you don't get this channel. So, of course, if you don't know that, you're not hearing that information anyway. And yes, Jamie will put all the necessary location information up on the website and the Facebook page.
On our website.
Our website, which is...
That's what she said.
That's what she said online.
That's what she said online.
That's what she said online.com. You can visit us anytime at that website.
And read our blogs.
And read our blogs. When we blog...
Okay,
I can't.
I'm a very poor blogger.
I have been poor lately, too.
Well,
I haven't
me
blogged
too.
for like 4 months or something. I tried.
I popped one in on Saturday. I did good.
But that's usually something interesting going on on the website. So we hope you can visit us there. We hope you will come back and visit us here. And we thank you for joining us from all the ladies and myself. Thank you for coming to That's What She Said. We'll see you next time.
Arrivederci.